What is up, you guys? I have been waiting all year to be able to do this with you guys. I am so excited. We're gonna pop open some champagne. We're gonna do it all. Get comfy, get cozy, get some snacks. Maybe we're going to ask Andre to get us snacks because that's the one thing that I think I forgot. He might also help me open this. So seriously, get out the stuff that you need. I'm gonna go through everything you need, but you probably have a good idea of it. If you do have a daily grind planner, get that out because we're gonna reference it. And most importantly is get yourself a beverage of some sort. It can be non-alcoholic, it can be champagne. I decided to go for a nice bottle of pink champagne, so we're doing it. And if you're wondering what is sitting at the bottom of this glass, it's pink glitter, as per, you know, the very on-brandness of Angie. We expect nothing less. So here's what we're gonna do this year. So we've done this now for what, 3 years? This will be the 4th year that we do this. The one thing that looking back on all the other years is, by the way, the reason my dad, you know when you like parents teach you things and it's ingrained in you, my dad always taught me to like put my hand over it, and I have a beautiful chandelier right above me. So this could be really fun on live camera, but we are doing this together. If you guys are tuning in from the East Coast, muscles, Angie, you might need your husband on this one, girl. Babe, I need your help. I don't think I can do this. Can we do it? Can you help me open my bottle? Okay, Andre's here already. So just keep it because the chandelier is really pretty, you know?
Huh? Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you. You ready?
Yeah.
No.
Don't look up.
I know, I'm just making sure.
You gotta get a good grip on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can get it.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Woo! Okay.
There you go.
Don't worry, I won't drink the whole thing. Would you also be able to, because I'm gonna totally overheat even though the air is going, can I have my remote for my fan? Thank you. And you can come back for goal setting time. So, okay, pour yourself a beverage. It can be a coffee, a tea, a champagne. The glitters. Okay, so I literally put like pink glitter at the bottom of this thing, and it is like sparkling. We're having ourselves a time. So what I was saying is that every other year that we've ever done this, pause for ASMR. Thanks, babe. You gonna come back and visit? Crank up that air. Every other year that I've ever done this, I always feel like I'm kind of showing you what to do instead of doing it with you. This year, I'm going through this with you. So the one thing that I would have done differently is like set up on the floor, but I just want to have everything, as long as you're in a space where you're alone, like you have alone time, you are focused on this, you're not multitasking, like don't have the TV going. I would love if you could be like fully present for yourself and just hang out. That's what I want for you. So get out a pen, some markers if you can. You don't have to have anything crazy. This is literally all I have here. I know I'm the girl with the colored markers, but today we're just gonna make do. Pad of paper, planner if you have it, beverage, and a computer or a phone. You don't need that much stuff, but we are gonna make a vision board together for the entire year. I want you to be set up so that over the next 4 months, you accomplish more than you ever thought possible. So cheers to that. Hopefully you have your stuff by now, and let's go through and chat about all the goals and all the realness. And like I said, I'm doing this with you. So this year I'm gonna actually share my screen, probably like top corner somewhere over here. Maybe, I don't know. And that way you can actually see what I'm looking at. So first take a sip. That's the line of the entire video. That's the theme of today. Take a sip. Cheers, you guys, to the really beautiful, amazing bubbly. This better be good. Oh, she's good. She's good. Oh, yes. So first and foremost, cheers to yourself over the past year. Whether it was a difficult year, a year of major accomplishments, just reflect back on, you know, a proud moment. And if you want to share it, since we are on live all together, if you can drop in the comments, if you're not on live, but if you're on live, there's like a live chat going. So drop in there your proudest moment. It can be anything. It can be big or small, but what is a moment that you are just so proud of? So as the sun is setting, you're going to see the light probably change over the next, we're probably going to be together for like the next hour and a half. So get comfy, get cozy. This is a very unfiltered, unedited video. It's the longest video that I film of the year, but it seems to be the fan favorite. And Andre will return because we will need snacks. I also have a gigantic glass of water because I can't just drink champagne with you guys, although I would love to. This is really good. So, number one, welcome. Congratulations, you're here. If you've been here for past years, drop that in the comments. I want to know. And let's kick things off with some announcements, shall we? Since, you're here right at the beginning. So, one thing that I say every year during this video, this goal planning session, is that by January 15th, so midway through January, you will have already, not you, but I think it's like 90% of people will have already given up on their New Year's resolution. And the reason I say you is I've been there where you set all these huge goals of perfection for the year, and then you get to midway through January. You are 15 days into the new year, and you might have already slipped up or let it go. Why is that? Well, one, you might not be setting things that you actually value, so give yourself a little bit of grace on that. But you could also have no system for tracking it. So we're going to talk about that today, but we're also going to help you not have that happen. So this is where everybody starts screaming and getting excited, and I wish I could hear you guys, but you can pop off in the chat. Every October, moment of silence. This is where I'm like, oh my God. So every October we do a daily video. We do a daily grind series. They go on the podcast and they're on the Daily Grind YouTube page. What I wanted to do this year was, why not do that through January? And I'll be super transparent. I was totally going to do it starting January 1st. One, my butt was on a Disney cruise in the middle of the ocean with zero reception. It was lovely. And I was going to start it on that day. And I thought, you know what? There's way too many people that are going to start it and be done by the 15th. We're starting it on the 15th. So the 15th is a Sunday. They're going to be posted at the same time every single day. They're going to be about 5 to 10 minutes, a daily check-in. And I'm going to take you through the Dream Life Blueprint Workbook. So on Sunday, January 15th, we're going to kick things off with day one. It's going to be a full 30-day series. We're going to go through the Dream Life Blueprint Workbook. Now, Andre and I came on live in October and we announced that we were going to be launching a workbook. I would like to consider myself like a connoisseur of workbooks and planners because I have gone through so many planners and so many workbooks, and I feel like what we've created with the Daily Grind Planner is the first product, to be honest, that I've ever launched that just has grown. I don't talk about it that much, and when I do, obviously more people know about it, but it has become its own little planet of people, which I never thought would happen. All that this was me, slightly selfishly, wanting to have a planner that I didn't have to write everything out every single day, because I was literally, what is inside of the planner is what I was drawing in my own bullet journal every single day. So I would draw out all 10 rectangles, and I would do the rectangle at the top and all the squares. And if you've watched any of my Plan With Me's from back in the day, you've seen that. So selfishly, I just kind of wanted to not have to do that every day. And I thought maybe somebody else could benefit from this. Enter the Daily Grind Planner. We launched it a little bit over a year ago, November 2021, and it took off. And I have the OG planner somewhere back there, like with the donut sprinkles on it, that we still have a little bit left of, which will retire. And we have the classic background that is now kind of like become the staple. And they all have quotes on the back. And then we have the Castle collection and the Warrior collection, and a few surprises on the way. Actually, there's a lot of surprises on the way. The amount of work that has gone into the brand over the past couple of months has just like 10x'd. It's become Andre and I's priority. We're so excited about it. We're going to be launching a VIP program, which I'm really excited about. We're going to have leaders within that. We're going to call them creators. That's what I'm running with. And so that'll be announced soon. You'll be able to apply to that. And then there's a lot of products that are going to be launching but keep watching because sometimes I slip up, and if you know, you know. So the Dream Life Workbook is going to be launching very soon. I can't disclose the date yet because some people go crazy. But it's going to come, and trust me, you'll know. Everyone's like, has it launched yet? Trust me, you'll know. So there's a lot coming, but what I thought would be really fun would be on the 15th to kick off a series. 30 days, we go through the workbook together, and you'll get a good taste of what's to come. So I'll literally take you through the pages, which I'm also going to do a little bit today. So hopefully by now we're 12 minutes in. Hopefully by now you've got your stuff, you've got what you need. Let's go through, actually, because I just said we're going to go through some stuff from the workbook. Let's do it right now. So I'm going to pull up the workbook, literally my PDF with all my notes, and we're going to go through some rules. I have all the pages in front of me. The workbook's going to be about 200 pages. If you didn't hear me talk about it before, the reason that I'm so passionate about creating a workbook is I've purchased so many, and looking back at the ones that I have at home on my desk that just collected dust and I maybe did 1 or 2 pages, it was one of two things. The author just wrote a lot and it was basically a book, not a workbook, and it was just me reading a bunch of stuff, or the author did no work and just put prompts and then it was me doing all the work and just write. I could have bought a notebook. So to me, there's a big difference between a workbook and a notebook. And yes, there should be prompts, but I want to do most of the work for you that you can actually finish the book. And it's not just you writing a bunch of stuff. We're going to have pages for journaling in the workbook, but the point isn't for you to just sit there and write a bunch of stuff. It's to actually have breakthroughs. So we have a page in the Dream Life Blueprint workbook that's called A Couple Rules. So those very much apply today. So let's go through it together. 3 rules. Take a sip. So here's just a small excerpt from the book. Let's lay out some ground rules for designing your blueprint and navigating through today or the workbook. So rule number 1, no fluff, no BS, no sugarcoating. One of the very first fitness programs that I ever did was Insanity. And there was a fit test. And the instructor said this exact same thing, okay? And it stuck with me. If you cheat, you're only cheating yourself. So if you want to sugarcoat and BS where you're actually at in life, then have at it, but it's not going to lead to a ton of breakthroughs. And that very much applies to building your dream life, your vision board today, and your dream life blueprint. So that's what I hope that you can kind of stick by, that number 1 rule today. No fluff, no BS, and no sugarcoating. Cheers. Number 2, no naysaying and no negativity. Believe in yourself, what you're capable of. Goals are accomplished twice, once in your mind and once in real life. So no one will ever see what you write in this journal or what you write today, especially if you're in the live chat, it's gone after. Or if you're just writing things in your journal, no one's going to ever see it. So be super honest with yourself. No naysaying, play it all out. You're not coming off overconfident or cocky. If you want to dream 10 times bigger, go for it. So believe in yourself. Number 3, no one's perfect. So in the same breath, the only way that you're going to grow is by allowing yourself room to grow. And there will always be that one person that I say, how's your life on a scale of 10? And there'll always be that one person that's 10. Then that means everything's perfect and you desire 0 change. I don't think that I would ever get to a point in my life where I'm 10 on 10 done. There will never be a point in your life where you can just kick back and be I'm done. And if you do, amazing. But if you're here, I'm guessing you're here to grow and to change. So leave yourself room for growth. If you vote everything in your life and everything that we're going to go through today at a scale of 10 out of 10, then you're not allowing yourself much room for fun. So those are the 3 rules. No fluff, no BS, no sugarcoating. Number 2, no naysaying, no negativity. Number 3, no one's perfect. So the other thing too with no one's perfect is, if you're kind of counting yourself out, game's already done. So no one's perfect. Give yourself some grace if you haven't achieved the goal yet. There's still there's a lot of time. And we're probably going to have some breakthroughs today. And it might even get a little bit emosh as per usual, because sometimes people have legit crazy breakthroughs. So we've gone through what you need. We've gone through the fact that we're launching the series. If you do want a little taste of the blueprint, if you go to thedailygrindplanner.com, there is a free PDF full page of the blueprint that I just gave for free, just to give you a taste of what it's kind of going to look like. And it's really freaking cool. I'm so excited about it. Like I said, if there was anybody with opinions of what a workbook should look like, it's this girl. So on that note, take a sip because we're about to dive into a lot of stuff. So I posted something on a whim on my Instagram. It just came to me, and it was just something that I was feeling through scrolling through my own Instagram and the people that I follow. And this one girl posted about her opinions on goals, perfection, diet, workouts, and all that type of stuff. And just her opinions. I don't know how to say it. Love her. No slight on her at all. It's how she changed her life. But what usually happens in the new year is we are flooded with opinions, diets, ideas of perfection, and it kind of confuses us. At least it confused me for years. And it literally happened this week where this lovely girl posted about her diet, and she was so animated, and I believe her. If it affects a certain person's body and they want to share that. So she was talking about oat milk and she was talking about oatmeal. And she just said how much they affected her body. And I was like, oh, maybe I should cut that out. And then I paused for a second. I went, wait, no, you got into the best shape of your life this summer and you had oatmeal every single day. I think you'll be just fine. So my point in this is there's a couple things that you can probably release headed into 2023. And I want to go through that before we jump into anything. So this is where you're going to get your notes out. You're going to write stuff down. And of course, you can totally comment in the live chat because I feel like that kind of solidifies everything. And also the community effect of it is so fun. So I want you to think about some things that you're going to release this year, like let go of. Some things could be diet culture. It could be just a diet. Like we're just going to release that ideology. So I will give you the top 3 that I shared. One was this idea that I was feeling bad about being such a sun worshiper. I love the sun. Like I get an immediate high whenever I'm in the sun, but I have been surrounded by people that literally, like people I follow that are like, stay out of the sun, like at all costs. I have friends that have been like, Angie, get out of the sun. And it's just this thing, like you have those voices in your head. It's just this thing that has lingered. And at the beginning of this year, I was sitting on the beach in Castaway Cay, which was the coolest thing ever, by the way. So I loved it so much. So I'm just sitting on the beach, like half in the water, reading my November 9th Colleen Hoover book, which is so good also, by the way, and living my best life. Like I had my tiki mug with, I think it was called a stingray in it, like completely alone. All my friends were up on the beach just chatting. Andre was with them and I was alone, half in the water in the sun, thrilled. With sunscreen on, by the way, for anybody that wants to freak out. But if that's not your thing, it's not your thing either. And that's my point. What is the thing that makes you feel good that you might have felt bad about, that you know is still healthy, and you want to just release the opinions of that? And that is something that I'm releasing this year, is opinions of certain diets, certain workouts, and whatever makes me happy. So let's go through some things that you can release. One would be setting boundaries, releasing the feeling bad of saying no. There's certain ways to say no. You don't have to cut people off and burn the bridge, but you can say, maybe let's look at that next week, but right now is really not a good time. That's a great way to say no, by the way, because usually by the time next week rolls around, the person's forgotten because it's really not that important to them and they're just trying to take up your energy or your time, especially if that's how you're feeling, that's the vibe you're getting, honor that. So setting boundaries, releasing this fear of saying no. Diets, opinions, jealousy, comparison, people pleasing, limiting beliefs, and clutter are a couple examples that I wrote down. But what is something that you might have this unhealthy relationship that you are just, as of today, line in the sand, you are letting it go? And I said I was going to do this with you guys. So let's take 2 seconds, fresh piece of paper, because every year I'm jealous. By the time we get to the end, I'm like, well, I didn't really do it, so I would like to do it too. I'm doing it. So this can go at the top of your vision board if you would like to, but we're going to spin it. So first, let's just figure out, what are we releasing? That's number one. So drop them in the chat because sometimes we kind of get ideas off of each other, and I'm going to write mine down too. And I'm actually going to drink through this and enjoy myself, but Andre is going to need to bring snacks because I feel like I need popcorn or something. So I'm going to open up Canva. That's what I use to create this. And then you're just going to do, wonder if we can find like a desktop wall. Yeah. So what you're going to do is at the top of Canva, you are going to select desktop wallpaper. And what I'm going to do on my end is screen record this entire thing so that you can actually follow along with me. By the way, if you've never screen recorded, this is going to be a learning moment for everybody. If you never screen recorded, you just go into QuickTime, screen recording, adjust where you want the screen to actually record, hit start. And it'll go for as long as you want. So, okay. So you're going to go into Canva, try and hide everything that I'm working on. And you're going to go just start typing desktop. Desktop wallpaper. So it is 1920 by 1080 pixels. Just so that you have the right dimensions, because this is going to become your desktop. Here's the thing with a dream board. So many people will put it on like a giant white cardboard. I've done that. Roll it up and put it at the top of their closet and not see it until next year. That helps you zero. The whole point of a vision board is that you can actually check things off. Has it ever happened to you that you look back at a vision board and you're literally almost brought to tears because you didn't realize how much you had actually accomplished from it? Because that's happened to me. Wild. If I can find one, I'll like pop some up. Like, it's almost crazy how much like things in our house. There's pictures of a house that looks like this one. There's pictures of dogs that look like Carl. There is things that I never thought possible that I've accomplished just because I put them on my vision board. So I know you're here because you believe in it, but if you have any doubt that they're not real, they're real. So you've got your desktop wallpaper, and I just want to be able to see here. Open up your text box, or you can just write it in your notebook to start. But I'm just going to start writing out a couple of keywords that I want to just let go of, just release for 2023. Like, I'm done with that. A big one for me, I really think, is people pleasing, because, and this is a safe space, I know this, but I'm someone that I just so want to make everybody happy, and it lingers with me. So even something as minute, and it's not even a bad thing, but it affects me, where I will get DMs being like, has the workbook launched yet? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go faster. Or are you gonna do a morning routine soon? Those things actually affect me. And I know that, and I don't mean it bad. If you've ever sent me that, it's not bad, it's on me, because it just makes me reprioritize stuff just because that one person said it. I'm very much someone to jump to what I know people want me to do, which is such not a good trait. And I'm just being super honest. I'm not perfect. But if you do that, where you just kind of maneuver your day around everybody else, let's maybe release that. So how can we spin that in like a positive way? I don't want you to have any negative connotations on your vision board. Prioritize day according to my own goals and vision. Freaking love that. Prioritize my day according to my own goals and vision. So I am releasing this need to like feel like a performing monkey that like jumps when someone says to jump. Cool? Okay. I am releasing comparison. Okay, but I'm not going to write comparison. I feel like the way that I can put this in my own self, like it happens to me. We're having a full friendship moment right now where I'm just sharing my own inner thoughts. But I have moments even today, and it's gone away in the past, and I know what I did to make it go away, but I have moments current day going into the new year that I would love to not have this, where I look at other YouTubers or Instagrammers or TikTok people. I'm like, how do you do it? I need to be better. And I have this feeling of almost comparison, which I haven't had in years. And I know the cure for it is when I'm in my own flow of creativity, I like have blinders on and I don't really notice or care what other people are doing, which makes me that much more creative. And it's almost like a positive flow. So if you're in this state of comparison, let's get you into a flow. Get into a flow of continuous creativity with blinders on. So positive twist, because I don't want any negative stuff. And as you're coming up with these, type them in the chat. Okay, this will probably go longer than an hour and a half because we're having a good time. And also it's going to take longer because I'm doing it with you. But hopefully you guys are having fun. And by the way, if you're just sitting there watching this, you better be doing it too, because I'm allowing you all the time to do it. Wait, do we like my cute microphone?
Mm-hmm.
What if we get like buzzed? I just realized that because usually I don't really drink that much either. Let's have snacks and make sure that I'm gonna text Andre. Dear sir. Let's voice memo him. Hi. So if you could come back in and visit us, and by us I mean all of us on YouTube here. Would you also be able to bring like a small bowl of popcorn and join us with your thoughts on goal setting? Love you. Okay. See you soon. Bye. The last thing I sent to him was the yoo-hoo from Frozen this morning at 10. I wanted him to come have coffee with me. Okay. Find yourself a prince that will bring you popcorn every once in a while and open your champagne bottle. All right. So we need a third thing that we're letting go of. So I'm trying to dig deep here. I wish I could see what you guys are writing because that would help me so much. And like feed off of each other and like also cheer each other on in the chat. And I always see you guys do that and it makes me so happy. I'm trying to think. What's something I really want to let go of? This is actually Andre's thing. So if he'll come up for this or down, he's probably in his office. I don't think he's read it yet. Okay. So Andre always says this. When we get into this, I heard Oprah say, and it's so random that it's Oprah, but whatever. So she said the lowest form of conversation is people that talk about other people. The most medium form of conversation is people that talk about current events. The most high form of conversation is people that speak about aspirations and goals and where they're going. And the way that I see that is the lowest form is like when you're over rotating on things that have happened that you're kind of annoyed by or you're like dissecting and it's human, it's totally normal, but you don't feel good when you're doing that. So that's like the lowest form. The middle form is the people that are like the weather and whatever. And I am so not one of those people. Like I love when a conversation goes like deep, especially if I'm friends with that person. Like it just makes me so happy. And we talk about goals and things that we want to do and you get to know them. Like you get to know their life and like what makes them tick and what they want out of life and their goals. That to me is like the highest form. So how can you kind of bring that into, I think he listened to it. So how can you bring that into your home? And this is something that Andre's always said is we might not have like we might not agree with the external factors that are going on of like conversations or circumstances that have happened to us or like people that we've been around or just an instance that's happened. You know, you can't control your friends and your families and your coworkers and all the people around you and what they think and say. So yes, something might upset you, but what we do control is what happens under our own roof. And that's Andre's line. So Andre, during coffee, he'll always catch us and it doesn't happen every day because some days we're in the flow and we're talking about goals and our dreams and our aspirations. But some days if we're kind of off track, by the way, I'm gonna be super honest right now. We just got off of the Disney cruise, right? I still have Dock Rock. So if anybody has suggestions as to how to get rid of Dock Rock, which is basically where you still have the motion of the boat, it makes you feel like you're a bit tipsy, but you're not. It's literally the motion of the boat. And as I'm saying off kilter, I'm like, I feel off kilter, but it's fine. But if I sway a little bit, that's what it is. It's not the champagne because you're monitoring how much I'm having. Also, I don't care because that's something else I'm letting go of. People's opinions. So one thing that I want to implement that I want to let go of is this over rotation of the movies that I play in my mind of how a conversation could have gone or how it's about to go and just worrying so much about what other people think, how they're living their life. And if something has happened that's maybe upset me, to just kind of bless and release and move on and really protect the peace within our own home. So if there's something that's happening with me, either with a job that I have of like, I don't know, like a brand deal I have or a family member, that it doesn't come into our house and it doesn't control our conversations. Now, how do I write that positively? Protect the peace and happiness and the conversations happening within our home. I think that those are three pretty good things. I mean, prioritize my day, get into the flow of continuous creativity really encompasses like other people's opinions, other people that I'm like a little bit jelly of, that they're slaying life. And I wouldn't even say it's jelly. It's jelly means jealous, by the way. I wouldn't even say it's that I'm jealous. It's like this form of like comparison that I like wish them the best because I actually follow them. Like I love them. Some are actually my friends. And I'm just like, it just makes me feel like I suck. The best example is TikTok. Like every time that I look at my friends on TikTok, I'm like, why are you so good at that? Like just films all the time. I'm like, first of all, where'd you find the time? And I mean, I need to get better. And I think that the way that you cure that of like opinions, comparison, all of that is you get into your own flow of continuous creativity. So those are my 3. Prioritize my day according to my own goals and vision. Get into a flow of continuous creativity with blinders on. 3, protect the peace, happiness, and conversations happening within our home. I love doing this with you guys. This is so fun. Every other year, I don't get to. This is amazing. If you have your 3, take a sip. The champagne is really good. You know what else I would love? This is a tip for you guys. I'm going to be super not classy and stick my fingers in my glass of water, but it's my glass of water. Tip for you. If you put an ice cube in your champagne, which I know is super faux pas if you have like a beautiful bottle of champagne, but whatever, it makes you not burp. We all know that the bubbles. I heard that on Real Housewives once, so it could be completely false. But you know, my sources are my sources. All right. So those are the 3 things that I just wrote out. I think I'm going to put them in the font that's the same as what we have in the planner. So it's kind of like a skinnier, like hand-drawn font. He's going to be so excited about what I just wrote. Okay, so those are going to be like you can totally copy me if you'd like to. You can do this your own way if you'd like to also. So I'm going to zoom this in so you can see what I just did. But this will be this is at about 100%, so it'll be legible on my desktop. And what I want to do is put like a banner at the top of those 3 things that I'm releasing. Make sense? So you just need like a little rectangle. This is going to be the best vision board party I've ever done, because I feel like we actually are like doing this because that's the biggest feedback I get is like, can I see your computer though? Yeah, girl, you can. So I'm going to do like colors that are very Angie. So I'm going to do the font in white, which I think I just did like a pink font. And I'm going to do this rectangle. Canva's free, by the way, so don't be over if you're like, oh, I don't want to use that. And you can also do PicMonkey. PicMonkey is free too. So let's do like a very Angie. I'll show you like the exact Angie pink. Oh my gosh, I wish my office would stop rocking. Why is the boat rocking? By the way, Disney Cruise, best thing ever. I did a vlog on it while I was on the boat. I'm already trying to figure out how we can do that again. And the thing I couldn't get over on the boat too was how many bars there are. There's like so many coffee shops and bars. It was so fun. And we went with like a pretty big group of people. I've honestly never laughed so hard in my life, like just the best time. The way that I'm trying to center this is if you just hit control, it won't click to the next thing. So there you go. So zoomed in to this at about 70. So I will be able to read this when it's, like at 100%. Love that. Babe, you can't. Hi. And you changed. Okay, so I just wrote out, so we just talked about, thank you.
Oh.
I was saying I need snacks so that I don't get too buzzed. But, well, we're monitoring.
Did we refill?
No, we did not. We're not going full tilt. Right. No. So, okay. So what we did is we talked about the 3 things that we're releasing for the year, but you don't want negativity on your vision board.
The 3 things,
that we're releasing, that we're letting go of.
Yeah.
So, examples. Setting boundaries is like key. So like letting go of just people's expectations, toxic relationships, diet expectations, opinions of others, jealousy, people pleasing, limiting beliefs, clutter, comparison, things like that. But you don't want those words on your vision board. So I wrote out 3.
Yeah.
So prioritize my day according to my own goals and vision. What this would be is like feeling, you know how I always say like the performing monkey thing? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to like jump to what people want me to do. I want to like prioritize my day according to my own goals and vision so that I'm not just like jumping to the next thing and I'm not random. So that's number one.
Right.
And then we put it like at the top of the vision board. Get into a flow of continuous creativity with blinders on. What I mean by that is when I get a little bit jealous pants of like when people are
You
slaying.
start to mimic what they're doing.
Yeah, there's that too. Like I lose my own creativity. But you know when like when people are slaying on TikTok and I'm like, I suck.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
that. So, and it doesn't, but I feel like I've been in a flow before where like if I'm just creative and I'm like in my own zone, October's the best example of that because I'm just so in my own zone that it ends up growing in its
So
own
you're
thing.
just so busy that you can't focus on other things, right?
Yeah. And then the last one is we talked about you. So do you like what it says? Protect the peace, happiness, and conversations happening within our home.
I feel like I say that all the time.
I told them.
I'm glad you're taking that feedback. Where are you putting that? You putting it like
Front row center.
front row? Yeah, it should be right in the middle
You had
of
snacks.
your vision board. I may or may not have had a little bit of your popcorn and some other stuff.
So that's what we wrote because over rotating on events that have happened is like the lowest form, or the like situations that have happened is like the lowest form of conversation.
I agree with that.
Is there
I
anything
agree
you
with
want to add?
No, but I do feel like that last one is very important.
Told
I'll reiterate it because I feel like so often, you know,
You're gonna
this
throw
is-
me under the bus,
no,
aren't you?
No, I'm just gonna say like sometimes Angie, you're sort of like wound up about something that we can't really fix in the moment.
Yeah.
And usually my response to that, and I'm sure like this isn't the right response, but it's the only way I can think of it is like, don't worry about it. Protect your energy. Focus on what you can do inside this house and focus on, you know, not bringing that into the house because I think that's so important and not letting that energy linger. So
Agreed.
I like that last. I mean, they're all very good.
By the way,
Good goals.
Andre and I, correct, are going to be on the live premiere, like on the live chat.
Chatting.
Do you have your own YouTube account, or will you take the Daily Grind one?
I got my own.
So Andre and I will both be on.
I don't post videos.
No,
Clear.
there's nothing to post, but you're just.
What are you saying? I don't have any substance?
No, you're gonna start a YouTube
How
channel.
dare you? Yeah. No. No, I
Okay.
feel like that's your
Anything else you want to add, or are you gonna come visit later?
You just let me know if you feel like I'm gonna have
I'll text you another.
some vital insight. Yeah. Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo.
All right,
By the way, how fun is that restaurant on the cruise? I was just saying we already want to go back. Okay. Bye. Thank you. Love you. Okay. Next. Okay. I'm excited. Let's do it. I just want to make sure that I'm going in the right order. Let's jump into the workbook. So this is where I have to stop sharing my screen because I'm going to show the entire workbook. So let's stop sharing screen. Save that. Put the workbook or put the vision board aside. And then I want to go in to the workbook and talk about the Big 10. And I'll pop this up on the screen so you can follow. And I'll still share my screen in a certain aspect. Just currently, I'm literally scrolling through the entire workbook. So I do this every year. And if you've been on a previous, I literally feel like we're like friends just having popcorn and champagne. It's the greatest thing in my life. So every year I go through the wheel of life. So if you've done this in previous years with me, like we draw a wheel of life. This year, I have so much more to say about it because I think that it's grown to be kind of something that's a little bit out of control, and I want to address it. And this is how I address it in the blueprint. So the the Dream Life blueprint. So let's do it together. I'm not gonna like draw it or anything, but I will show you how to do it real quick. But first, let's talk about the Big 10. So these are the 10 categories in the Wheel of Life, and it's an assessment. Like that's all that this is. There's no portion of this where you're supposed to feel like you suck. And I'm going to get to the punchline of that in a second. So let's go through the categories and you can literally pop these off in the chat. Fun fact, I can't click my fingers. It's just something I can't do. So, so in the chat, when I say the category, and I'll kind of give you like a brief description of it, but just your gut ranking out of 10, like 0 out of 10. Cool. So let's go through them and you can just put your own, make sure you make a note of it for yourself because it's going to come back as the Wheel of Life. So your Big 10, number 1, and these are in no particular order, they're just written. So your career, what would you rate your current career out of a scale of 0 to 10? 10 being perfection, 0 being like bananas, terrible, worst thing of your whole life. 5 being like, meh. Meh would be like a 5. So career, that can either encompass, like, it's whatever your gut is. So you can be really happy with your current job that you love, or you can be like maybe growing a side hustle and that's going really well, whatever you deem as like your career. So for me currently, like I've got the Daily Grind Planner company, I have YouTube, I have Beachbody. So I've got a bunch of different things. I'm definitely in like a transition phase. By the way, yes, I am still a Beachbody coach. Our team was number freaking 1. Okay. I'm not going anywhere, but our team is still thriving. I'm still managing it, but I'm focused on growing this also. And this has become my priority, which I also help my team with. So I just want to address that. Yes. So right now I feel like I would give myself like a pretty high score in career because I am just I'm like in a mode of like fulfillment. If you would have asked me this time last year, actually it probably would have been really high this time last year because we literally like ended as like the number 1 team in Beachbody, which is amazing. And the Daily Grind was just taking off. But there has been times in my life, 10 years ago, for example, and I always tell Andre, I never wish this feeling upon like my worst enemy, that I don't really have a worst enemy, but I don't wish this upon anybody, to just be at that place in your life where you're like, I'm so lost. Like there were days that I would go through and I just can't even tell you what I did. I didn't know what I was working towards. I was supposed to be making like phone calls for interviews post-graduation. Like I graduated with my degree in architecture and I was looking for an office job to work for an architecture firm. And I was like barely trying because I really didn't want to do that. And I was just trying to find my footing, and I just felt so flippin' lost. So if you're there, I have so much empathy for you, and it's going to be like, it's going to, trust me, it's going to turn itself around, and it's going to be bigger and better than you ever thought possible. Especially if you're doing this, that means that you're someone that's like hungry for change. So it's going to be great. So if you just ranked yourself like a 0 to like a 4, I feel you. Like seriously, I feel you. And I've been there. So if I can be any hope for you, it's possible that things turn around, and it's going to be probably greater than you ever thought possible. So career, where you at, just gut, out of 10. Second, romance. This is just like your romantic relationship. So a lot of people will always say in the comments of this, like, "What, I'm not in a relationship." Listen, if you're not, and you are happy, and you are dating, and you're doing things, and you're just having a good time, and you're happy, then give yourself a freaking 7 to 9 out of 10 if you're happy. It's just how you feel about your current romantic situation. If you just got out of like a terrible relationship and you're about to hit the dating pool and you feel free, amazing. Like it doesn't have to be that you are like 10 years happily married and like, or maybe you're like in a little bit of a funk right now and you know that you need to make some changes and like it could be higher. Cool? And we're going to talk about that in a second. So romance is number 2. Number 3, health. How do you feel about your health? Physical health, mental health, all of it. How do you feel about it? Like just truthfully. And this is where it's like, nobody's going to read this. And if you're in the live chat, it's going to disappear at the end of the hour. So the only other people that can see it are other people just like you that probably want to work through some stuff. So be as open, honest, transparent, and real as possible. And don't sell yourself short, but also don't just mark yourself as perfect. Family. How do you feel about family life? Like this can be extended family, like your kids, within your home, like just family. How do you feel about it? Friendships, like your social life. How do you have friends? Do you feel like you have a good circle of friends? And I just want to say that one of my biggest realizations this year is that I don't need like 100 friends, because I would rather have 4 good, diehard, best friends that are quality human beings than a room of 100 people that barely know me. Just saying. I really feel like that is something like leaving this past year. I am so grateful for the friends that I have that are just next level. Like when you have conversations with them, you are inspired. Like that's something that I've always wanted, and I'll be super transparent as per usual. Other years when I've done this, my friendship category was like kind of medium because I just wasn't like juiced by it. I was like, maybe we haven't found our people yet. And that's one question I get a lot is what's the best part of, moving to Disney or like having a place in Disney? It's not that Magic Kingdom is like right there. It's not. It's that we never thought that we would find our best friends. Like the people that we were just on the boat with on the cruise, amazing human beings. Like I didn't even see it coming. So I'm so grateful for that. So that category to me is like thriving. And in previous years, it really wasn't. So just love that. All right, growth. How do you feel about the current growth in your life? Like, do you feel stagnant? Because I'm someone that when I feel stagnant and I don't feel like I'm growing, I actually get kind of sad. Like it affects my mental state. Have some popcorn or some chips or whatever. You can have apple slices too. Doesn't have to be popcorn. I'm such a bad influence. Like, cheers. Okay. That's such a cute, like, I didn't take a thumbnail picture. By the way, this is how I do it. This is kind of like a little YouTube class. So usually during the video, or like, just we still have good lighting, the sun's about to go down. But like during the video, I'll usually like pause, screenshot, or I will just right at the end, I'll do it, or right at the beginning. Usually it's at the end, and I just screen grab it. That's it. Sometimes I grab like an actual picture, but very rarely. But I just realized we didn't have a thumbnail. Hopefully that does it. All right, so we've got career, romance, health, family, friendships. Those are the first 5. Second 5. Growth. How do you feel about growth right now in your life? Growth can mean anything. Learning skills, going through school, growing in terms of your career. You feel like your income is growing. You just feel like you are growing as a person. You feel like you are moving forward. If you feel like you're moving backwards, then don't rank yourself high. Be honest. Growth, I've said this before, equals happiness. If you are not growing, that is probably one of the number 1 reasons that you could have some moments of sadness. It happens. But we got to get you past it, which is why you're here today. All right. Number 7, environment. What I mean by this is not like, how do you feel about the trees outside? I don't mean the environment like the planet. I mean, if you want to think about that, go for it. But the way that I see environment is your surroundings. How happy are you with your office? How happy are you with your home? How happy are you with your front lawn? Like your own little bubble environment. Like when you go to your office, like your desk job, are you happy with that? Like your car that you might spend a ton of time in. A lot of it is material things, but it's also just the aura of it. Like if it's a flipping disaster and it bothers you, then let's clean it up. Like one of the things to release could be clutter. Just your environment. Like how do you feel about it? And that was something that I used to really struggle with was, I know now, like the biggest joke, and I love that you guys say this and I think it's hilarious. I've read this comment so many times. Angie's life looks like a Pinterest board. That is the funniest thing because there are moments still today where I am like a hot mess and I just like push everything into a cupboard and nobody knows because, you know, if you didn't see it, it didn't really happen on YouTube. That's what makes YouTube kind of funny and social media funny. Like don't ever compare yourself because you have no idea what's actually happening. But now I feel like I've gotten to this point where I live a more organized life and I value my environment. Like I treat it with respect because I know how much of an impact it has on me, if that makes sense. So environment. 8, your finances, your income. I feel like that's simple. Are you happy? Are you not happy? Are you meh about your finances? Number 9, your contribution. Do you feel like you are contributing to other people? This does not have to mean that you are like donating all your money. That can mean, if that's what it means to you, then yes. But are you making an impact on, it could be your kids, it could be volunteer work. This feeling of, do you feel like you are contributing to other people? One thing that Andre and I love is that we this year got to employ 5 people. That makes me so happy. And like to really treat them well and to like do special surprises for them that they know about that we're not going to share. But like cool things that, just ultimately changing someone's life that otherwise like they would have been at a desk job that they really didn't like. Like that to me, I feel so happy to be able to contribute in that way. And there's other things that we've done this year in terms of contributing, maybe like giving back to your parents that like worked so hard and to put up with all of your crap as a teenager and you just want to give back to them. So I'm sorry, why did you just lock my editor? It just said we've locked you out. Bro, that's my workbook, so please unlock me out of that. But to give back to your parents. So contribution, what would you rank that out of 10? And then the last one, which is super important to me and to me just as important on my happiness levels as growth, creativity. So your creativity. And if you're not a creative person, this is just, I think of Andre in this. Andre would read this and be like, but I'm not like an artistic person. I don't mean artistic. I mean like when you are in your zone of creating, like when Andre is in the zone, he is like knee deep in like Excel spreadsheets, budgeting, negotiating deals, helping our team like know what the overall vision is. Like he's the project manager. He is like in the flow when he does this. And if Andre's watching this, he's gonna laugh. He doesn't know that he does this. I think I've told him. When Andre gets in the flow and he's like super happy, and I can tell that he's like, yeah, things are happening. Like, my thing is like whenever I'm like really happy, like when I've overcome hanger and I have like a spike of happiness and I'm in my zone of like working, I do like one of these. Like I do like a shimmy of like a happy dance. And it's kind of like this. Andre will do this thing where he like starts like, cause he does MMA. It's like fighting. Like it's like Muay Thai and stuff. He'll like start like, it's almost like a little dance and he's like jab, hook, jab. It's what he does whenever he's really excited and I love it. So those are your 10 categories. Hopefully you've ranked them all out of 10. Once that's done, take a sip. And by the way, cheers to you and take a sip if you are still here, because some people would have usually people tune in, although I said this on a live, I think I said this through the Daily Grind series in October, and I was like, there's going to be less people here on day 31. You guys were all there. I was blown away by the amount of consistent show up on the Daily Grind through the last series that we did. So I talked about something through that being the 1%, like the people that show up consistently. So if you're here throughout this entire work session, like workbook session, blueprint workbook session to make your vision board, cheers to you. Like you're the person that like shows up. So let's map out your big 10. Hopefully you have them all ranked out of 10. And now you do your wheel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen record real quick. Can I do that without showing the rest of the workbook? Heck yeah, we can. Heck yeah, we can. Let's do it. Screen record. It's going to say that I'm locked out. You're going to see where it says you're locked out. No, I'm not. So here's your wheel example. This is literally in the Dream Life Blueprint workbook. And this is the first time you're seeing it because the other thing that I was showing you was my vision board. So you're seeing it. So some pages are going to have like graph paper. Like it literally feels like you are going, okay, I said I wasn't going to say secrets. Do you guys want to know what we're doing? Hopefully I can stick to this, but it's the plan. It's going to be a 9x12, so bigger than this. The idea is that when you get this, you like spread out over your living room floor, like across your desk with all your markers and your highlighters. I'm the worst. Your markers and your highlighters that may or not be launching. I'm so excited. And you get all excited with your pens that we may or may not be launching. Stickers. Okay, Andre's gonna kill me. That's why you guys tune into these things, because you just hear all the things. And you map out your vision. Like I wanted a big piece of paper that you can like draw on and get excited, that you truly feel like an artist of your life. So the idea was to create the same size pad of paper that I had in school in like my art classes, because I studied architecture. So the whole thing is kind of paying tribute to like what I studied, and like we've come full circle. So it means a lot. So Dream Life Blueprint, some pages are like graph paper like this. Some are like blueprint pages. So cool. I almost hit the scroll button. So your wheel example. And we're actually going to go to that next page because I'm just going to show you what it looks like blank. But I want you to go through each category. So you've got career like at the top left. And you're basically just going to go. So I've got this like dash line. You can eyeball it. But I've got this dash line in the middle of where like the 5 would be. So obviously the center would be 0. About in the middle would be of the like pie shape would be 5, and then at the top would be 10. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw one line down the middle, and then you're going to draw an X and then a smaller X. So let's do it together. I want to walk you through this because I know that it can be hard to draw this thing out. I'm going to use one of these beautiful double tipped highlighter. Andre is going to kill me. Okay. So you're going to do one line straight down the middle to do your wheel of life. So one line straight down the middle, and then you're going to do a taller, like a more skinny kind of X. see if I can do this. Okay, a tall, skinny X. And then you're gonna do another X that's like a little bit less. You're gonna do like a tall, skinny X the other way. Yeah, I think I did it. Okay, and this will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 categories. So hopefully you can see this. So you're gonna do your line down the middle, a tall, skinny X, and then a wider X. And that will give you 10 little pie shapes. Cool? Cool. So now, what you're gonna do, let's just keep using this lovely pastel pink double tipped highlighter. I'm such a piece of work. I realize it. Are we still? And you know what else? I'm kind of sunburned, but I'm also warm. It's hot in here. Okay, are you guys having fun? That's the most important thing. Hopefully you're not drinking your champagne too fast, because I feel like I am, but it's all good. We're drinking water, we have snacks, it's great. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do, like I have on the screen, a little dash like halfway up, and then your full dash. A little dash halfway up and your full dash. So whatever you ranked for that #1 category of career, I had done it, I think it's an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna put this little half pie circle to like little half pie shape to about where the 8 would be. So you've got your out of 10, so 5, so an 8 would be like here. So this is my first category of career. So you're gonna do it for all your categories. Cool? Ooh, we're back in business. It unkicked me out. So for each category, so we've got our circles. I'm just going based off of what's in the workbook. Family was a 9, friendship was 5, so right down the middle. Growth was a 2. This is just an example. I don't want you guys to be like, is she sad because she's not growing? I actually feel like the most amount of growth right now. Finances, be a 3, contribution at a 6, creativity at a 3. Okay, so this is what your wheel of life, and you can do these in all different colors if you want. Let's take the other side of another color and just kind of color these in. This is fun. I'm going to show you. So you can color in each pie shape if you want to. I think last year we did different colors. And I remember I used my like Mickey pad of paper. Seriously, I just want to be honest. I'm having so much fun with you guys. Because every year I'm like, I end this and I'm like, well, I didn't do it. So this year I want to do it. I didn't do my own cat. Oh, I should have quickly. I'm doing it. I'm seriously gonna, I just finished saying, I'm like, that's not, it's just an example. Let's do it. I'll be honest. I don't care. I'll tell you guys how I'm feeling about stuff. Okay. It'll give you a chance to do it too. So line down the middle, tall, skinny X. Then I stick my tongue out when I'm concentrating. And then the kind of like wider X. I put my head down and I was working on this and the camera cuts me off every 30 minutes. So we're going through this. I said I'm having so much fun, and I genuinely am. I was like looking down, I'm like, I'm having so much fun because every year I don't get to do this myself, and this year I do, which I love. So I'm gonna stop screen recording actually. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave that up so you guys can keep watching it. But every year I wanna like be able to do this with you guys, and this year I am, and then I just stop myself. I'm like, wait, why am I not doing the Wheel of Life? So I am. So career, I feel good. Romance, and what I was just saying is Andre and I actually, on the cruise, and I shared this in the cruise vlog, we went into one of the bars. It's called The Rose, and it has like this big panoramic window, and we brought pen to paper. Like, I think I had this pad of paper, and we went through all categories of life together. And one area that we said that we want to work on is romance, in the sense of like having tangible goals. Like, let's go on a legit solid date night. Like, we've now been dating for 20 years. I mean, you got to keep the spice. So one thing that we used to do when we were younger is he would pick me up and I would spend like an hour to 2 hours getting ready because I just like wanted to look really cute. And we were going out to dinner and we'd make reservations. I was like, we should do that. Like, we already do it, but we don't set it as like a metric. So I was like, once a month, let's just start with once a month. We're going to make reservations and we're going out. And he said, well, in Disney, we already do that. I'm like, no, but in Disney, like, let's set the reservation and actually both of us get like really ready. So tonight, right after this, as you guys are watching this, right after, we're going on date night. So set goals for this. Like, if you feel like it's low, set some goals, which we're going to do. So romance is like good, but we can work on it. Health, The kicker's coming and I'm going to explain to you, but I feel like medium about health because I feel like it could be better. Family, 5. Friendship, I feel pretty good about that. Let's put that like 7. Growth, I really want that to be better. That 5. See, I'm not like, that's what I mean. Like, you guys could perceive it as being like 10 out of 10. Room for growth. And you go through seasons. Environment. Oh, I feel pretty good about that. Although we do have a goal of building a house. Environment, do like 6 to 7. Finances, I feel good about it. We've got goals though. Contribution, got goals for that too. That's kind of how I see it. It's like, I'm happy, but like, I got some work to do. Creativity, I'm happy, but we got work to do. So the highest one right now is career and friendship. Listen, if I just took the time to do it for myself, you better be doing this too. So I just did all my outlines of each category. So I've got career, romance, health, family, friendship, growth, environment, finances, contribution, creativity. And then what I'm going to do is just take a lighter color, and you can just, like I said, you can do this in all different colors if you want to. I'm just taking the lighter color and I'm just kind of filling it out so that the entire thing becomes like a circle. Or a very janky circle, which is what we're going to get to. And if you've done this before and you're like, I already have done this. First of all, things change year after year because mine was probably very different last year. That's the thing. Every year I do it off camera, so you guys never get to see this. And also, I think it's cool for you to be like, for me to be transparent, for you to see like how I'm feeling about things. I think that's important, by the way. Like, so many people on social media that we follow, you have no idea what's actually going on in their life. And you could think, like, kind of compare yourself and think that you like don't have it all together or whatever. You have no idea. So don't worry about it. Flip side too, you could have like a total perception of someone that's like completely off. So how about we just go into the new year without judging people? I think that's a good thing to release. All right, so here's my wheel. Love, but all right, let's talk about this. So in the workbook, we talk about, so you can use a different color. I said that. And then we've got a blank page for the Wheel of Life. I'm literally taking you guys through the workbook right now. You are seeing so much. All right. So balance and values. This is what the wheel all means. Number 1, balance. So at first glance, when you look at your Wheel of Life, how do you feel about the wheel? Like, if it was a wheel on your car of your life, how smooth would the ride be? Would it be a bumpy ride? Mine would be bumpy as heck. Actually, it could be bumpier, but it'd be bumpy. I mean, it's not terrible, but it could be bumpy. And there's been times in my life where things are at like a 1 and it's like just a total disaster. So in terms of balance, how smoothly would your car of life drive based off of this being your wheels on your car? Does that make sense? But here's the thing, and here's what I wrote out. Would it be a bumpy ride? And are there specific areas that are completely off balance? So do you have things that are really, really high ranked and things that are really, really low ranked? So let's share in the live chat, okay? So what are the 2 categories that are the highest ranked, lowest ranked? Let's just, in the workbook, you're gonna do top 3 and top 3. Let's just do 1 and 1. So what is the highest ranked category? So for me, it's career, that I think I put at like an 8. So career, and then family was like a close second, or no, friendship. Friendship was a close second. Friendship would probably also be at like an 8. Okay. Low for me seems to be growth. And get ready for the punchline because here it comes. So growth, I feel like, is at like a 5. What else feels low? Health. So you can do like, let's do your top 2. Your top 2 highest ranked and your top 2 lowest ranked. So health, I feel like, is at like a 5. Okay. And if you have like 0s and 3s and 4s, I have been there. Trust me. Oh gosh, I keep scrolling. All right. So number 1, what this all means, balance. Let's talk about what's the most off balance. So for me, I've got like career and friends up here, and I've got health and growth like kind of very meh. Like I would really like it to be better. Here's what else this means. You being in a season of growth right now is not the worst thing. And if your wheel of life is janky, this is where like I feel so bad over previous years because I think that the illusion that I gave is that this sucker needs to be a perfect circle. It doesn't. Like, please, from the bottom of my heart, listen to me. It does not need to be a perfect circle. If you have stuff like all the way down here and all the way up top and you're like, oh my God, my life is a mess and I'm super off balance, you could be in an extreme season of growth. And when you're in a season of growth, magic can happen. And with that, sometimes a couple things might fall off, but you'll get them back. And by this time in 4 months, it could be the highest ranked thing. The other thing, and this is the punchline that I hope can help you realize, if you maybe ranked romance a bit low and you've been married for 10 plus years, or you maybe ranked your health a little bit low, maybe it's the thing that matters to you the most and you're the most hard on yourself about it. It's not that you suck at it, it's that you value it the most, so you care about it the most. There's no part of you that is failing or off kilter. It's that you value those the most and you care about fixing that and you know that you can do better and you want to do better. Oh, take a sip. That was a lot of emotions. It's true though, and I've had that before where like I ranked things that are really good, like that I'm as healthy as I've ever been. Health, I ranked it pretty low. Romance, I ranked it pretty low. Growth, I ranked pretty low. I'm growing, I'm healthy, and I'm in a great relationship. But I care. I give many issues to work on it. And that's probably where you're at. So you know that those top 2 or top 3 highest ranked and lowest ranked, maybe the highest ranked just come easier right now. And that's the season that you're in. But more than anything, understand that if you're in a season of growth, like let's say that you are going all in on your career, your health could be failing, but just be aware of it. That's all that it is. Just be aware of it. And if you are actually like, okay, I really need to work on that, and this is just eye-opening to you, then amazing. And if you have gone through a couple of emotions, share it in the chat and take a sip. So what I wrote in the workbook, and I just want to read this part. The highest ranked areas of your life right now are your biggest focus, and there's nothing wrong with that. Energy flows where attention goes. Your attention is probably flowing mostly towards those top 3 categories at this time in your life. However, is it possible that your top 3 lowest categories of your life are areas that you maybe value the most? So there's nothing wrong with any of this. The whole point is to make you aware. And I don't think that the goal is to make the wheel perfectly circle, which is really cool that the original idea of the wheel of life, when we started doing this, came from, it being perfectly circle. And I think over the years, I've kind of realized that it can be kind of a good thing when you realize that it's not, because I don't think anybody's can be perfectly circle. And I mean, if it is and you're happy and it's rolling, then amazing. Okay, let's stop sharing so that I stop showing everything in the flippin' workbook, Angie. And let's keep trekking along. Alrighty, that was fun. I love that I'm doing this with you guys. And that, by the way, this is going to come back in your vision board. Are you still here? Are you excited? This is going to be the longest vision board party that we've done to date, but I love it. And everybody always says they want longer videos, so here we are. Okay, so we're coming up on an hour and like 10 minutes. Okay, so we've got our big 10, we've got our wheel, we've done our balance. We've gone through our values. Oh my God, we're cracking this off. Things are happening. Pull out your planner if you have one. If not, I will explain to you everything that's going on. I will actually show you. This is my planner. My fresh pink planner. I felt very, as you can tell, I felt very like pink. And things are coming and you are not even ready. I am so excited. And very much to the theme of what I put at the top of my vision board in terms of my 3 things that I'm like releasing. Deadlines is one of them. Like, you know what? No one's gonna die if you don't meet the deadline. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. I'm saying that to myself. Which is how I feel. By the way, this is Lesser Evil popcorn. And none of this is sponsored. I'm not sponsored by Vev, and I'm not sponsored by the popcorn. Okay, but I do love it. Popcorn's my favorite food group. Okay, your 4-month vision. This is how you're going to map everything out. And I think it'd be really cool if your vision board was not just for the entire year, but for the next 4 months in true daily grind fashion. I think that'd be really cool. So I'm going to prop open my Canva here with my workbook or with my vision board and go through this with you guys. So I have actually left this page in my planner blank. So we're going to go through it together. The sun has set, our lighting has shifted, and we're going to be okay with it. 4 month ahead. Yeah, let's do it. Your 4-month vision. If you don't have a planner, you can write this in the comments, on the live chat, in your vision board if you want to, or on a piece of paper. If you have your planner, we can do this together, or you can just reference what you wrote. So the very first page of the Daily Grind Planner has your 4-month vision. And I get this question a lot. How does the planner help me map out my vision board? This is how. So let's write out what the next 4 months are. So 4 months from today. So we are January to, it would be January, February, March. That's so alarming. End of April, not even beginning of April. So you could write January to May if you want to. I'm just going to write January to April. But you could write like January 1st to April 30th. Whoa. That's so alarming. Okay. So I don't know. Does anybody else feel that way? I feel like it's alarming. Don't tell Andre. It's going to be great. We're refilling. You have full permission to refill. Will I get through it? Maybe. Will I be more fun? Possibly. Probably. Place ice cubes, pineapple, lime, ginger tea. Why would you do that with this? I already ruined it enough with my glitter. Okay. The glitter's still going. Isn't it so beautiful? I'll link the glitter for you guys. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Probably terrible for me. It's edible glitter, by the way. I just want to say it's edible glitter. I'm not drinking glitter from Michael's. I maybe should have led with that. Okay. Hopefully everybody's having fun. I'm having fun. We are not overheating anymore because we have the fans going. Okay. Question number 1, 4-month vision. Let's rock through these because a lot of you guys have already done this because we've passed January 1st. And I know that a lot of you have already written this out, but if you don't have a planner, get one or write these out. So where am I today? That's question number 1. So we're going through 8 questions. Where am I today? How happy are you with your current life, goals, situation today? There is a full chapter in the in the blueprint of the Dream Life Blueprint of where it's called Where Are You Really? It's chapter number 1. Where are you really? And it helps you assess where are you in your life and how happy you are with your current situation. So where are you at with your current situation? How are you feeling about it? I'm just going to write out a couple notes and you guys will, for probably the first time ever, know what's exactly in my planner. I'll just leave out any like big projects, but I've already pretty much spilled the beans. So where are you today? How happy are you with your current situation? I think I'm going to let you guys think a little bit because I'm going to think too. And what's really cool is what we just did with your 10 life categories of the wheel will definitely impact what you write. So one, like I just wrote, like health needs to be a bigger focus. That's where I'm at today. I definitely want to focus on growth and skills, and make romance a priority. Okay, next, how far I want to go. So what needs to change in your life is the notes for that one. So what do you feel like you need to change? One thing that I want to change is make sure that I'm waking up at a certain time every single day. Make sure that as soon as I wake up, I do my workout. Just being transparent. Cheers. And by the way, just like the vision board, I keep this all very positive. So if something's negative, I kind of spin it to like a positive connotation, just like the positive verbiage of it. It's really interesting, like when you start speaking to yourself in a great way, like health needs to be a bigger focus. I could be like, I don't know, if you word it like you're overweight and you have saddlebags, or like that is terrible, especially as a woman to speak to yourself that way. So reword the way that you could speak to yourself and just be aware of it. It's a skill to develop that, but I've done it over the years and it helps a lot. Wake up and work out first. One thing that needs to change for me, being Canadian, I need to spend a lot more time outside. It's going to be cold, but just to have the vitamin D. More time, like, how would I say that? Not more time connecting, like more time just together. More quality time. Like Andre and I were saying, we should do like on Fridays, like do like a game night or something, like just get like a board game out. We used to do that and it was so fun. So he was just saying like things, instead of always going to a restaurant and drinking and eating, like we can do things together that don't revolve around that. Also like going to a yoga class together or something like that, or going for a walk. The third question, where will I waste time? This needs to be cut out this month. So where do you waste a lot of time? For me, I always write the same thing because it's so true. Scrolling. TV. I waste a lot of time. Like texting back and forth. I waste a lot of time worrying and complaining. Ladies, do you hear me? Yes. So just be honest. No one's going to read this. No one's going to open your planner and read your stuff. I mean, if you do, then put a lock on it. Okay. The fourth question, what can I do well? You're going to 10x this next month. One thing that I can do well is what I wrote at the top of my vision board is when I get into a flow of creativity, I'm like an unstoppable force of just like, I'm so authentically myself and so in a mode of creating that is just so good. So that's something I know that I create very well, whatever that might be, whether that's filming, editing, decorating. When I get into that flow and it just grows into something better and better, I know that it's really great. So creating. And like, there's a lot of room to write in here, but don't feel like you have to fill it out. It can be point form. If you're a writer, you can write a bunch of stuff, but really just like the workbook, I don't want you to spend like a ton of time doing this. What I want to accomplish. Ooh, 4 months. Well, you guys are a part of it. You were a part of this house, so you'll be a part of the next big goal. Next 4 months. Big one. I'll tell you what I'm writing. Don't worry. Emotional though. Holy crap. I'm going to do like 4 big things. I mean, you can do 3. You can write out a text if you want to. Okay. So with this, all that I want to accomplish, look at all that you're about to do is the note beside it. So these are things that are material goals. They're also goals that I touched on in the Wheel of Life. So one thing, I'm just being super, you guys are going to know everything. I mean, if you're here, obviously we're friends. So we're on the wait list right now for Club 33. If you know what that is, it's a really cool thing that it's a Disney thing. We've been on the wait list. The goal is to get off the wait list and to be able to afford to do it. We're working hard at it. It's a huge goal. And the point of why we want it is that my parents have never actually been to Disney. And the goal is that when they come, I want it to be an incredible experience. And what Club 33 does is there's like private lounges and no lines for rides. And I just think that'd be so cool to do for, parents. So that's something that for me, I want to do that for my parents. Andre's parents actually have always loved Disney. So to be able to, and they actually took Andre as a kid. So to be able to give back to them and to be able to show our family around in like the most fun way ever, that juices me. If you're writing these out and you have zero emotion when you're saying them, pick something bigger. The second one, we're looking at property right now in Canada to build like I have a joke that it's like the Dutton Ranch. because that's really what I want to build. Like obviously a smaller version, but we want to build on like acres of land, like out far. So I just wrote buy. We are looking at a property, but I don't know if that's going to be the property. I mean, what happens and it will be meant to be, but acres of land. 3, because you are on here, I cannot say it, but some big launches. And 4, back to peak physical and just the best health and shape that I was in July. I would say was like the best shape I was in like ever in my whole life. And to get back to that and beyond, which I have a plan to do that. Okay. How will you celebrate to go on another Disney cruise? Maybe that's the goal. Go on another Disney cruise. I don't know. Andre and I actually set, and I feel like I should share this. We set a travel goal for this year. We always set a travel goal. Like, where do we want to go? Nowhere was the answer, because we've traveled so much that I'm sharing this because not everything needs to be extreme. We just want to come here. Like, that's all we want. There's nowhere crazy that we want to go. Last year was a huge travel year for us. It was amazing. But this year I'm like, I just want to enjoy our house. And like, maybe if we go on a cruise from Orlando, like sure, but I just want to enjoy the house. Like, that's it. I don't want to go anywhere, literally nowhere. So how will we celebrate? Usually the celebration is always a trip. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to celebrate. This is always the hardest one for me. How will I celebrate? How will you feel when you make it happen? Oh, I know how we're going to celebrate. I know how we're going to celebrate. If it happens, we're going to go to Club 33 for dinner and fireworks. That happens. Dang. Okay, do you know that the Club 33 logo has been on my vision board since the first vision board I ever made? It's the only thing that's not checked off. Like, probably the only thing. I mean, I'm trying to think of something else. There could be something else, but that's pretty much the only thing. 7th question. How can I be more consistent? This will be your superpower. Up early. I'm basically writing it in order of the day. Up early. Like, wake up, work out, plan, like get my planner, because it makes such a difference. Wake up, work out, plan, follow the schedule, and follow what did I write? Prioritize my day according to my own goals and vision. Follow my own goals and vision. So do you see how like everything that we're doing is supposed to be in a specific order so that you kind of have your breakthroughs as you're going? So last question, biggest goal. What's your biggest goal? Buy land for dream home. Second. This is it. We're not leaving here. Canadian home. Okay. And if you guys want to share I shared mine, so you better be sharing your stuff too in the chat. And then the next page, which we're not going to go through, is your 4-month habit tracking sheet. The whole purpose of this, there is 4 calendars. You can put what each month is. And then you've got your top 10 goals for each month. So if you have a planner, you know that, but that's what it looks like. It's all pre-printed. It's amazing. Okay. So we've gone through your vision. Keep this in front of you once you've written that out, because that's going to affect your vision board, because you probably just had a couple breakthroughs. Okay. You're doing so good. Pause, take a sip, have some popcorn, maybe some water first. By the way, for every cocktail you drink, have water. I thought this is huge, but keeps you hydrated. Okay. We went through the 4 months ahead, your top 10 goals. So this is your top 10 goals for the month ahead that pertain to this big vision that you have. So for me, I've got this big vision of like all these launches. I've got Club 33 on here, the land that we want to buy. I know that I want to focus on creating. I know that with my wheel of life, what the focus is with that. So you have an idea of, what your focus should be. So let's write out our top 10 goals together based off of your wheel of life, what's going good, what's going not so good, your 4-month vision, and let's write that out together. Cool? And this might take you some time, but it should be from your gut. So just write out numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. What I usually do for this, by the way, is in the month ahead page. Yeah, right here, month ahead. There's a blank page. That's usually what I use. And I just go through the 10 categories of life on the wheel of life. And I usually try and hit one goal per, or sometimes there's like 2 and 1 kind of gets left. So, okay. So one area, so what I want to accomplish, let's start with that. Health is huge. So I'm just going to write health as that's like the life category. And then I'm going to get specific. So here's something that I just want to address because I see this all the time. We have this like private group on Facebook for the Daily Grind Planner. If you're in it, give me a whoop whoop. The other day I checked it and there was like well over 1,000 people. And I was like, when did this happen? When did we get 1,000+ people in this group? Like the planner's only been launched for about a year. The group has only existed for like, I don't know, a couple of months. Wild. And I love that group. It's so positive. There's actually something the other day that made me cry in there. If you are the one that posted it, and I don't want to reshare it because it's their kid, but they bought their kid a planner and their daughter was like so excited. And I just started crying whenever I saw it. It means the world to me. I love that group. So, okay. Categories. So this is the biggest thing that I see with your top 10 goals in the planner, which is one of the most important things in your Daily Grind Planner, is your top 10 goals for the month, because you're going to touch on them. You repeat them every single day. So the way that the Daily Grind Planner works, I mean, most of you probably have one, so you're like, Angie, we know. But just in case you're doing it wrong, because sometimes I see people fill it out, I'm like, new. So this is there anything private in here? Yeah, there's a lot of private things, but it's fine. So like projects, not private. So you'll have your top 10 goals. So usually what I do is I actually highlight these. So I have like different colors, or I'll highlight them all the same color. I do like a rainbow color. So every single day, you will write out your top 10 goals here. And then for each goal, you have a to-do list item. So this is your top 10 goals, and this is your to-do list for the day. And then you have your top 3 focuses for that day. So you kind of cut the fluff, and you know what you're going after based off of these top 10 goals. We're going to write out these top 10 goals, and it's the stuff that actually matters to you. So let's do that. So one thing that I notice a lot in our group, and this was the point that I was trying to make, is a lot of people will write out goals like be in better health. There is no way to measure that. When we get to the end of the month or to the end of the 4 months, there is no way to measure if that's happened or not. So you need a measurable goal. You need a associated either number, a metric with it. It will help so much. So I will give you examples for each of mine, and I'm going to try and be as transparent as possible without giving away any launches. So let's do it. So health for me is number 1. Health. So complete for health. Complete 4-week. And let's say your workout program is 6 weeks, 4 of my 6 weeks. 4 weeks. I think mine is 6 weeks. 4 weeks of 6. Done. Like completed. I did every single day off my calendar. I think that's the best way, by the way, to go after a health program. Like I love Peloton, but I hate that I think they do have a couple programs, but I just prefer when I get like a calendar. That's why I love Beachbody. But you just get a calendar, like you have an actual plan. So that's something that I love for your health. Okay. So complete 4 weeks of 6 workout program. We can title that smaller. Let's just say workout program. 4 weeks. Okay. Number 1. What was the other thing that I wanted to work on? Romance. 1 date night this month. And then what's something like in terms of romance because that's like one thing to check off my to-do list, and I'm an overachiever and I can't put that on my to-do list because that's like, say weekly quality time, weekly game night. Yeah, let's do that. Weekly game night and 1 date this month. Love that. Love that journey for us. Okay, so those were the 2 categories on my wheel that I was like less than enthralled by. And then growth was the other one. So I want to take a class for like a skill for YouTube, let's call it, which is actually what I'm doing. There's one that I'm doing on Masterclass that I love. There's another one of like an academy. Love, love, love. Okay. So a skill that you want to work on. Complete masterclass class. That's measurable. Class is done. Right? Like, finish it. 4. Can't share this, but launch blueprint. Done. Okay. Hopefully you're writing yours out. Don't just watch me. Daily grind series filmed. It's something that I do. I film videos, so that needs to be filmed and posted. Daily grind series started. 2 YouTube videos a week is the goal right now, and staying consistent with that on my main channel. Oh, this is something that helps my mental health a ton. It's something that I discovered last year, and it like changed my world. It was not working for me to do. It's just a season I was in, and I'm still in this season. To read like a personal development book, it's not working for me right now. A workbook works for me. Doing like an online class, like a master class works for me. Doing YouTube videos works for me. But I was reading books where I just was feeling inferior all the time. So the books that I decided to start reading were fiction. Love Colleen Hoover. It's a little bit sassy. We have some murder in there. Verity was like amazing. So I'm reading November 9th right now. I do 10 pages before bed, and it just like centers me. Instead of me being on my phone before bed, it just is like the greatest thing ever. So the goal is to finish the book. That's it. I keep it simple. Like I'm not like a super fast reader either, so I don't try and pile on. Finish books. So see how they're all like, every single thing that I've put has a metric. It's either to finish it, to do 2 a week, to do 1 a week, like it's measurable. So at the end, so for let's say 2 YouTube videos, 2, 4, 6, so 8 video. I know her strong suit is not math. That's why we have a good husband that's really smart. So 8 videos for the month. 8 YouTube videos. Okay, so we're at my goal number 8. What else do I have on here? Yeah, I'm not sharing that. I already shared this at the beginning of this video. Launch our VIP program for our creators, our influencers. VIP program launched so that the people can earn an income from this, because we already have people sharing the planner, and I'm like, if you want to earn money doing this, I feel like that could be fun. What else do we have? I've got 2 left. So, okay, this is where when you kind of start to get like to the end and you're like, I don't know what else to put, look at your wheel of life. Creativity for me is low right now. I feel like it could be higher. And I can't say what I'm gonna do. The worst. I'll have something to do with Valentine's Day. But I love like creating stuff. I'll just tell you what I'm writing, and you'll have. It's not the full answer, so you don't know. But I just wrote create collection, like finish it. 1 more. Oh. This is also like a mental thing, and I think I wrote like to go outside more. So you can either reference your wheel, or you can reference that first page. And that was one thing that I wrote, right? Workout plan, follow, scrolling, get outside more quality time, wake up first. Yeah. So where I said complete program, that like my workout program is at the top, like wake up, work out, do that every single day. But my number 10 is going to be to walk outside, like go outside in nature for at least like bare minimum 10 minutes. It can be like as little as 10 minutes, but 10 minutes daily. Because girl, you need vitamin D. And I don't even, it's so sad because I'm like, I don't mean that here because it's so easy to do that here. But back home where it's cold, oh, it got so dark. Okay. How are we doing? We've got our top 10 goals. Do you have your top 10 goals? I just want to say I'm having so much fun the fact that I'm doing this with you guys. Never get to do that. Okay, top 10 goals for the month. Now this is where we have fun. You're going to open up Pinterest on your phone or your computer, and we're going to mash this out. We're going to make our vision board. So I like to go on Pinterest just because it's more fun, like it's more aesthetic. And that's a word that I use whenever I'm searching things. I'm just trying to get this to go to my homepage so that you don't see like, I mean, not that it matters if you see my statistics on on my Pinterest page. I have a cute Pinterest page, by the way, and I'm at 14K followers so far on my Pinterest. It's a good Pinterest. Okay, let's screen record Pinterest so that you can see it. And you can see what I'm searching. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull up on your paper that you did your Wheel of Life on. So you're gonna use your Wheel of Life to do this, your 10 categories. So you're gonna search, open Pinterest, and you're gonna search. So let's start with, so you've got your categories of life and you've got your top 10 goals. Let's start with your top 10 goals. 1 to 2 pictures per top 10 goal. Cool? I'm gonna do this with you. So, oh, I'm excited. When you put your hair up in a ponytail or you move your laptop closer, you know it's gonna be good. And this is the final stretch. You just need your pictures and then you can organize it all on Canva. So, number 1 of my top 10 goals was health and finishing that workout program. So I'm gonna start searching like, you can either search like fitness aesthetic. I love searching like, let's say like home and then writing aesthetic because they're really pretty pictures. Find something that matters to you. This is why I am so not a believer in using a magazine to do this, because then you just cut out and you determine your life based off of what's in the magazine, not what you're actually searching. So find something that really speaks to you, either someone's body, some flexibility. That's a goal that I have also. I want to be able to do the splits. So maybe that's something I can look at. See, there's this picture, like drink more water. If that's your goal, I feel like people that put like random quotes and cutouts, it does nothing. So you're literally going to see this with me. And if you don't, like if you see like a nice body type, but it like doesn't relate to you, like this does not relate to me. Like it's beautiful, but it's not my thing. This relates to me, like homegirl shredded. I think that was actually the cover photo for one of my challenges. Okay. I like this. So this girl is doing like Pilates with, this girl's doing yoga, because that's really my focus. Like the program I'm doing is really like flexibility based, like very bar, a lot of body weight with like some ankle weights. I think I'm going to grab that one. I really like that. And like her setup even is like, oh, the picture behind her is a little bit naughty. Okay. So, okay, here's how I do this. I make it really simple. You can either pin it to a board. I'm just going to make a new folder on my desktop. And then I do this and I drag it right into the folder. It's just how I do it. It's just faster that way. So I've got one health picture that I feel really good about. I know what I'm looking for. Once you start, you're going to be able to go through this. And I feel bad that I'm like yammering because you're probably like, Angie, I just need to think. But hopefully I'm helping you. Oh no, I don't want that. Booty goals, booty aesthetic. This is why I search Pinterest, by the way, not Google, so that you don't end up with anything inappropriate. Oh, the booty goals. Feel weird. I'm just looking at girls' butts right now. That's the goal. I know. Because I love her. And I also represent their clothing line, that was like something on my dream board. Really? There's no pictures of her? I think her body is like goals. Okay, no pictures of her. Okay. Let's search Pilates. Because really my fitness goal is like body goals. Like I want like long, lean muscle, just like flexibility is what I'm looking for. Not necessarily like, I'm not looking for a 6-pack here. I just want to be healthy and flexible. I like this, but it's not the vibe I'm going for. So just, keep on scroll. Okay, I know it. I'm telling you the best way to do it is like put one word and then aesthetic. Aesthetic? Did I write it wrong? Oh, A. Oops. Didn't spell. I can spell and I can count, I promise. Oh, yes. I cannot do that, but I would like to. Okay, I've got my 2 pictures for my first goal. Date night. Are you going through this? Give me an amen in the comments if you're going through this. If you're just watching me, I swear I'm gonna jump through the computer and come find you. Oh, that's perfect. Game night, date night, and it's like in a fort. I mean, could there be a more Angie? But do we have a more aesthetically pleasing one? Probably not. Okay, I like that though. It's cute. It's super cute. Just doesn't have. That's so cute. Building a fort, Andre Bellemare. See how easy this is? Like, I would have never thought to do that, but it just makes it so much better. Date night. And then I'm going to write date night aesthetic. I love this picture. Love of my life. This is so freaking cute. Let me take a picture like that of Andre on our next date. That's so cute. I just want to double check that all my pictures are saving. So I've got 2 for each. I just do like 1 to 2 for each goal. I don't want to search masterclass, like class. You guys are all going to use the word aesthetic now. Class aesthetic. Oh, that's cute. That's cute too. Ooh, this is a good Pilates picture. Love that, because I stream my workout, so I like that. And if you find an extra one while you're going through it, all good. Class aesthetic. I like this. This is like a computer with like some notes. Why are all the flex? Okay, these are all things that I want to be able to do splits. It's the goal. Saving it. If it speaks to you, save it. Class aesthetic. I like this one. I don't love it. I like this one. And then I'm gonna do like YouTube aesthetic. I don't know how that will work, but that's just the category that I'm trying to learn. Love that. With the camera. Oh, yes. Done. Like if you see the picture and it like inspires you and you want to look at it every day, that's your picture. Like I could search like vlogger aesthetic. Right on time. Yes, I know this is a longer video, but it's so much better. Vloggers. I like this one. Very cute. Okay. So I just put writer aesthetic because like I want to finish the book. Like the book needs to be printed. So obviously I'm not going to find anything on our workbook because it doesn't exist yet. But this girl's like sitting and writing. That one doesn't speak to me as much. It's cute, but it doesn't speak to me. This is the one I saved, right? Yeah, I like this one. I also like this one. Oh. Okay. I just searched like blueprint aesthetic. because I'm going to go through the series. There was one that I just saw. Oh, that's the other thing. When you click on one picture on Pinterest, it can open up other ones that are similar, which could also inspire you, which it just did for me. Love that. Love that. And now it's like tying into like designing the house and stuff. So if you also have like the big goals that you have on there of like, I don't know, like the buying the land, like that's not one of my top 10 goals, but it's definitely a goal. Add it if you want to. If it speaks to you, add it. Blueprint Daily Grind series, 2 YouTube videos a week. See, like blogger aesthetic girl. Like I didn't search that prior, but comes up as a suggestion. So this is perfect. The word is already on there, like vlogging every day. Love that. Like one habit I want to get into is just using my little camera and just more videos. Why are these cameras pink? I'm doing this. Oh God, that's making me shop. Yeah. It's like a cover. Oh, so cute. I'm dying. That's You could also, like, if you're looking for like a social media goal, you could add people that inspire you. But because my thing that I'm releasing is no comparison, I will not be doing that. But you can do that if that's not something that affects you, then do that if you're inspired. Like I've done that in the past. That's too dark. Oh, see, I just thought so because they have like the platinum one. I think that's the platinum one. So I have that one, but I want the other one. YouTube black, is it? Yeah, YouTube. Oh, play button, that's what it's called. It's gold, right? The million one? Not that that's not happening in the next month, but it still inspires me. So if it pertains to the goal that you're going after, like add that. Simple, perfect. And because this is going on my desktop, I want it to be aesthetically pleasing, like that I look at it every day. So two YouTubes, read November. Oh, just this I'm going to put like reading aesthetic. I mean, it works. So there's like a little book. Oh, perfect. There's like a pile of Colleen Hoover books. Love it. And this one with a candle. That gives me anxiety. Fun fact, I'm terrified of fire. That is not calming for me to have that on my... I like this. The one's by the beach. Oh, I love this. Yeah, I love that. This is so fun. Oh my gosh. I feel like we're just like hanging out and doing this as friends. I know I'm like really excited, but I truly am. Okay. VIP. I have so many goals for our VIP program, like for our leaders and our creators that we want to have for the daily grind. Like I want to do retreats and all that type of stuff. So that could be like its own vision board, but I'm going to try and add as much as I can. So basically everything that I learned with Team Uproar and everything that we've done in terms of retreats and trips, I want to apply that to the daily grind and have like our own team with that too. So and kind of treat like an influencer program. With, before you say, no home parties. It's not an MLM or anything. Just influencers. I want to do like girls retreat. So we're going to do like a Disney trip for like our top people. So you're just going to know everything now. Girls trip. Girls trip. See, if you put it makes the picture so much cuter. Gives me the feels. Like this. Turks and Caicos. It's Turks and Caicos. Okay. I'm on number 9. How are you doing with your pictures? Do you have all your photos? I have never done this any other year of like being with you, grabbing all the pictures. I hope that this is helpful. The other one was creativity. So I love painting, and drawing, which like I'm creating a collection. So like I sketch on my iPad and stuff, but I also want to have like paint. Oh, this is pretty. Yeah, I like that. Oh, these are so flippin' cute. Love. I like the ones where you can't see the person's face because you can imagine yourself as that person, if that makes sense. I think I've said this in prior years. And then I want to put one of, what do you call it? Procreate. That's the program that I draw the all the designs in. Oh, this will work. iPad aesthetic? I don't know. Yeah, that kind of works. With like the pen? I feel like that totally works. Oh my god, it's a cute iPad. It's pink. Okay. Creativity, and then walk outside for 10 minutes. You'd write like a hot girl walk. Oh, this is perfect. Just like her feet walking. Super cute. You know what I'm gonna do? Outdoor walk, snow aesthetic, because homegirl needs to get excited about walking in the snow. That looks like the property that we're looking at. So you guys I'll show you my hidden Pinterest board for the house because I'll save a couple of those. So this is like my public page. See everything. So you can make your board secret also if you don't want people to see it, but this is, I mean, now you're going to see it. So these are a couple of pictures that I've saved, 137 pictures that I've saved. Just whenever I see them, I save them of what I want the, like the Dutton Ranch house to look like. And I just want to save a couple for the vision board that really speak to Andre and I. Some are completely outrageous. I realize that it's not at all. The house is not going to be a flipping ranch. Like obviously there's a huge, but the vibe of the house, like the design, I just love looking at like the finishes and stuff. I'm gonna pick 2 that really, because that's like the big goal. Like what you put as your like biggest goal at the bottom of your planner, grab some pictures for that. So now that you've got your 10, yeah, I've got my 10. So my top 10 goals, I'm going to do the biggest goal. I literally have the Dutton Ranch on my vision board. Let's put it on there. Let's do it. Dutton Ranch, you're being added. And I really like the ones at the top here. I love this. Love this. Oh, because I'm trying to grab the smaller picture. Okay, now it's saved, and then Dutton Ranch is in there. Pretty, right? I'm talking to myself. I'm not asking you to respond, don't worry. But if you think it's pretty, thank you. Dream Gym. I just really want the ones that like really that I'm like, yes. Love this one. Don't mind me with my focused face. I have really bad, does anybody have really bad RBF? You don't know what RBF is. It's a bad word, but I have really bad RBF. I always feel like people think I'm mad at them. This is such a goal. I want like literally this, like a tub with huge windows that face nothing so that I can just have my bath with like perfect serenity. Okay, I don't know where it cut me off. I got excited. So I saved about 3 to 4 of like the biggest goal that you have. So you do your top 10 goals, save a couple for your biggest goal, and then you've got your life categories that you can touch on if you haven't yet. So, I mean, I have my top 10. So career, that's in here. One date night, that's in here. Health, that was in there. Because if you didn't touch on the parts of your wheel of life in your vision board that mean something to you, either the highs and the lows or whatever you want to work on. Like for me, family was like in the middle. Like I'm good on that. There's 0 parts of my vision board that, friendship, that was one that was doing really good. And I don't really have like a vision for it. Like I feel good about it. Growth, I have that on there. Environment, I have that on there. Finances, I mean, for me, that's part of career. So I don't have like a specific financial goal other than the house. Contribution, that's on there with like the influencer program. That's really huge. Creativity, that was on there. So I've touched on all my wheel of life. So if you have visuals for your wheel of life, for your top 10 goals, and most importantly, that biggest goal, and you can include these ones too, how far I want to go. Like I include some of those. So you should have a folder now with a bunch of graphics. Give me a thumbs up if yes. If you are still here, you are a dang champion. So you're going to open up your folder and you should have some graphics in there. I'm going to show you how to do this. Super easy. So I have my vision board that we made earlier, and then I'm just going to start dropping stuff in. So this was the date night one. So I've done this before. I've told you this. I kind of do it in like categories. So I'll make them smaller, and let's say like bottom right corner. It doesn't really matter where it goes. Bottom right corner will be like the date, like romance stuff. Oh, picture. Okay, and then I'll make it really small for now, and then I'll make it bigger if I have to. Fitness, let's do like its own section up here. I'm just going through each picture. I'm just grabbing them in order of the folder. This was the vlogging one, but then I knew I had more fitness ones. Yeah, I did. Remember I got like distracted and I was like, oh yeah, this. Fitness, okay, and then YouTube aesthetic. There was another fitness one here. You can also just drag them all in and then fit them if you want. So I had 4 fitness ones. This one was for like class. This one's like the vlogger one. Do you see how this comes together? And now you actually have a vision board of stuff that truly matters to you. By the way, I am having the time of my freaking life with you guys. Like, I know I looked really focused, but I'm so excited. Like, I'm so jazzed because I got to do this. Like, selfishly, I got to do this with you guys. Hopefully no one had too much champagne. If you did, I hope that you are just giggling and having like the time of your life. I mean, I secretly kind of hope that someone did have too much champagne because that means it was a party. Our Team Uproar party, people got lit. Like certain people got lit and I was like, we succeeded. It was a great party. And by lit, I just mean like best time of their life, like not inebriated. Just like giggly and happy. Blueprint. This is with the computer. So this is like the writing section. Blueprint here. And this is why too, it's so important. Just do it all at once. Like don't do this over the span of a couple of days because you're going to freaking forget what goes where and what meant what to you. I have a lot of pictures of like blueprints and writing, but it's one of the biggest things that we're doing this year. So, and you know about it, so I don't even have to hide it from you because that'd be really awkward. Maybe that's why I don't usually do it with you guys because I can't even share anything. Vlogging, YouTube, art. Oh no, reading. That's its own category here. Vlogging here. Make this one a bit bigger. The ones that are important to you, make them bigger. The ones that are less of a priority, make them smaller. Simple as that. And you can like, I'm doing them all straight right now. You can just click this little rotator tool and rotate it if you want to. Sometimes I do that. Where are we? This one in. She's reading, so that's the reading. So this I'm putting the reading one next to the fitness one, just because in my mind it's all like mental health, physical health. Categorize it however you want to. This is for the influencer program. Probably gonna go dead center because that's like the biggest launch that I have not talked about yet. But I mean, Andre even said, he's like, you're gonna go into this and just spill everything, aren't you? And I was like, usually do. So definitely watch the Daily Grind series because I always spill on that too. Oh, creativity is going to go with like mental health stuff also. Painting. So cute. Love this. And now you can kind of see why I do like I search aesthetic pictures because they're just so much prettier to have. Like it's not just like, when you Google pictures, they're less aesthetically pleasing. And then the iPad one with the other sketching, so everything's kind of coming together. So for me, the biggest goals are definitely, I think, the influencer program and the house. So those are just gonna go right in the middle. And just a tip for you, by the way, if you're putting this on your desktop and you want to not crowd it up, one thing I've done before is I leave like a rectangle on the right of just a color, and that's where my file folders go, and then the rest is all the pictures so that I can adequately see them. But I just, try and keep my desktop really clean. I try. Not always successful. The walking is going to go with the fitness stuff. Right here. And the house is right in the middle. And I've got like 4 for that. So the influencer program is going to go like right here. And then the house will kind of like wrap around it, I guess. And then I'll just make some of these bigger. Oh, I need the Dutton Ranch picture. So I think I have like 5. No, I've got 5 for the house. It's your biggest goal. Have 5 pictures if you want to. One day, when I do a house tour of a house that looks like a Dutton Ranch, to all the people that were like, I was there when you said you were going to do that. It'll be pretty cool. We can look back at this day. And I want you to do the same thing. Like you can look back at your vision board and be like, oh my gosh, that's the house that I wanted. It's a real thing. Okay, so now I'm just going to zoom it in here. I feel like this is like way too big considering it's not the main goal. And I want the blueprint stuff like more towards the top. So just kind of like move the stuff around to what, is like juicing you, like what you're excited about. Blueprint. You can right click, send to back if something's blocking something else. And also rotate it if you want to. I'm trying not to rotate it just because I did this rectangle at the top. I mean, I could send it all to the back behind it, but see, like this picture, one of all the girls at the pink, that speaks the most to me. Champagne is very cute too. We're just gonna make that bigger. Oh, my house is still rocking. It just comes and goes. This date night picture was really important to me. Remember the black and white one? I love it. So freaking cute. So I'm just making those bigger. Bring to front. There we go. Bring to front. So then you have like a straight clean line at the top. And then the text here. You can add a shadow behind this if you want to. Lift. No, I don't like that. None. Okay. So then what I will do is I will add text. Add heading. I'll make it a lot smaller, obviously. We can just do that same, do like a handwriting font. Black. There's one that's, yeah, like this. Oh gosh, we're not going to do that. We'll do the same pink that's at the top. Let's do white writing. Yeah, okay. And then grab your top 10 goals. I'm so focused right now. You have me in like full, this is flow. Like, you know, when you're in a flow, what I was saying in my priorities, I'm in flow mode. Write words that come to you, like what you see there and that's what you want. Oh, cute. Are those hearts? Oh no, they're like little, whatever. It's still cute. I have everything. Workbook launch, date night. I mean, like the reading is there. I'm not going to put the word, like I can see it. I'm just trying to think if there's any other, or I feel like it looks really balanced right now. Well, that's my vision board. Then you just export it. Download, do it as like the highest that you can. So that it's like a nice, clean. This was fun. I'm gonna go eat dinner now. And celebrate. I hope that you're proud of yourself. I hope that you're excited. I really hope that you did this with me. If you did, comment. I hope that you had moments of focus. I'm going to show you how to set this. Change wallpaper. If you have a Mac, just right click on your picture and then add folder. I'm looking at desktop. Download. Ta-da! And I now have everything on my vision board. And I'm just going to clean this up. So at least now you've got kind of an idea, a little bit of an idea of what I did, how you can do this. I feel like this was the most thorough vision board I have ever done. Like, I got to do this with you guys. I hope that you enjoyed the party. Let's like recap and make sure that you have everything. The series is going to start on January 15th. Cheers to that. We're nowhere. We didn't even make a dent in this. That's okay. Andre will join me after. So series is going to start January 15th. It's a Sunday. The Sunday is going to be the kickoff and the prep. So it's basically going to be show up with nothing. I'm going to tell you what you're going to need for the next 30 days, what it's going to be all about. I'm going to give you a little taste of the workbook that's going to launch. We will share the date throughout that series, so you will not miss it. I don't want anybody to think they're going to miss anything. The blueprint launch is coming. I want to make sure that you guys know about that. I will link the Daily Grind Planner obviously down below. You guys can follow the Daily Grind Planner Instagram page. It's so good right now. I don't know if you saw it on my desktop when I was clearing it out. We did I had put together like a game plan for what we wanted the Daily Grind Planner Instagram page to be. And I wanted it to be a place where it's filled with inspiration, not just random pictures, like actual things that you feel like you can save or even like add to your Pinterest for your own future stuff and just helpful things. So follow along on there. Follow along on the Daily Grind Instagram page, YouTube, podcast, because all of this is going to be in audio, the entire series. So Wheel of Life, all of that's going to be included in the blueprint. You guys can go back through this if you need to, but I hope this was helpful. I can't even tell you how much this meant to me because every single year I'm like, I wish that I could just show them what my computer looks like and actually take them through it with me. And I feel like we got to do that this year. So this was so fun. By the way, just quick note, if your vision board doesn't fit your computer screen properly, you can go into Canva. Let me just do one more screen recording just while I'm doing this because I just noticed that the top of mine, it's a bit wide. Just go up here, hit resize, and you can change this up. So like your width or whatever, and it will keep the integrity of the picture. It might just change it a little bit. You can create a copy and it will resize. So fill out your stuff here and then do copy and resize and you should be good to go. So hopefully this was helpful. I love you guys. This was so fun. I will leave all the information down below. Seriously, cheers to you in an amazing new year. Thank you for being here. Whatever breakthroughs you guys had, make sure to share them in the chat. I will have some music going so you guys can have a little conversation as this is ending. Andre and I will be on with you guys, but this was so special. I know this went on extra long, but it was pretty flippin' amazing. So cheers to you. You are absolutely incredible. Happy New Year. Cheers to all of your goals. And I hope that you are looking at a brand new vision board. If not, go get that done right now. and I will see you guys very soon. Bye, dudes.